Hey, it's Tuesday and I'm back out on the Willoway docks. You can see here another busy day in the docks. It's really jumping. Let's take a walk through this dock. As you can see here, trees are a hot spot on the dock, and a lot of trees going out here. We're looking at some fantastic 5-gallon values on the Japanese maples. These are Emperor 1s. Gorgeous full plants. Be sure to get your container trees in. Again, we've seen multiple weeks here with a great selection of arborvitaes, from 7 all the way up to our 25 and 45 gallon sizes. Some beautiful landscape grade 7-gallon blue juniper. And going with the upright junipers, we have our 7-gallon. These are Hetz columnaris. Gorgeous full plants here. Great value. See here, the dock's filling up this morning. I snuck out early so I could get you a quick glimpse at what's shipping out this week. Here we're looking at Itea. You know, and Itea is a fantastic 3-season interest plants. Look at these gorgeous plants. These are little Henrys here. You can see the guys have trimmed them back. They're starting to break growth on the buds. Looking good. Here we have some 7-gallon lilacs. These are Miss Kim's. You can see the buds are starting to swell on these, but look at these beautiful plants. Back here and show you these Amelanchier. These are some 7-foot Amelanchier out in Brilliance. We have some of these in the field. We're still digging. We're finishing up the digging, in fact, going into this week, but we have some stock plants available. These are gorgeous plants at a great value. See here, the arborvitae are hot. Here we have some 15-gallon green dahlias. See here, lots of nice boxwood on these racks here. The carts are getting lined up to go on the truck. These beautiful sky pencil holly. Again, those are landscape grade. And coming down here, we're looking at some 7-gallon dissectum maples. Beautiful 7-gallon hydrangea trees. We got some limelights, some limelight prime, vanilla strawberries. A lot of great values here, guys. Had to give you a glimpse at these 7-gallon. These are Texas Hickside. A lot of trees have been hot here. We're looking at some 7-gallon, 15-gallon malice. You can see they're starting to break growth there. Here we're looking at cherries. The guys are keeping those in our bunker houses, but they're starting to crack the buds. So if you got them on order, you definitely want to get them in. A lot of small fruit going out on the dock here. We're looking at the bushel and berry series here. You can see the buds are starting to crack open on those. Beautiful sizing on these. These are going to be hot. Here we have some 3-gallon hydrangea petiolaris. You can see they're starting to foliate there. Nice full trellis, good value. Look at the beautiful hellebores. You know, the guys have kept these in the cooler, keeping them cold for you. Plenty of buds, plenty of shelf life on these. You know, these are blooming in my yard right now. Gorgeous plants, guys. Get your hellebores in. We're looking at some 3-gallon knockout roses. Again, the guys have trimmed those back. You can see they're starting to foliate. Nice shape to them. They're beautiful. These are Deutzia Chardonnay pearls. You see the little pearl-like flowers on them. They're going to start to show some great color on them. Again, they're trimmed back, shaped up, looking good. The lilac, this is our 1-gallon Syringa Bloomerang Dark Purple. You can see the buds just starting to crack on those. Again, this is a great price point. We have both the 1s, 3s, and 7s, and also tree form in this variety. And they're all looking really good. Echolasia, you can see they're can full, and we're starting to see some buds popping on them, as well as several varieties of dianthus. And with the small fruit here, we're looking at our grapes. We have several varieties of grapes here. You can see they're starting to foliate on them. Right up that cane. Look at the value on these. These are going to sell quick. Again, we're looking at dianthus, another good pick for some early color there. We're looking at hydrangeas. You know, this is a natural season crop. They're just starting to foliate. Looking good. These happen to be subulata emerald blue. We're starting to see some of the buds on them, but again, these are can-full plants. These are early spring bloomers. Looking good. In the background there, we're starting to see some of the hostas coming up, and that's by variety. So we'll keep you posted as they start to break growth and we're ready to ship. Again, look at all those hellebores back there, guys. They're looking really good. And coming down here, we're looking at some Nepeta. Again, can full plants, looking good. 3F sedum, I believe these are autumn joy. Look at those great looking plants. Starting to see, you can see in the background there the forsythia. I believe that's spring glory. Here we have some show-offs, several varieties. You know, we're trying to keep some in the cooler to bring them on for you, but it's time. You got to get that forsythia in. They're going to bloom on the lots real soon. Lilies are starting to show some growth here. Coming down here, we have some 3-gallon densiformis, looking really good, shaped up. And then here we're looking at some 3-gallon. Look at these winter gems. More of the 3-gallon densiformis. See the bright color here, the candy corn spirea starting to color up. And here we have some Buxus Little Missy. 2-gallon Magella. This is My Monet. You can see they're starting to foliate. You know, the guys trimmed them. Again, things are starting to come on quickly here. You know, a lot of your paniculata hydrangeas, they're going to be a little bit for they come up. Again, they're trimmed and shaped and ready to go if you want to get them on the lot or put them in the job. But you can see here, these My Monets are starting to leaf. They're looking good. Looking at some grass. This is lightning strike. Looking good. Size and grade on these 15-gallon Alberta spruce. We got Royal Stars. You know, those are blooming. They're blooming in my yard now. You know, some of the 7-gallon hemlocks are looking good. You can see some of the girls in the background on mags are starting to open up. Again, things are coming along nicely. Some 7-gallon, those are Chemocypris obtusa. And coming over here, I want to show you some of the bigger ones. These are 15-gallon hams. You can see those are still tight. Boxwood, here we have 2-gallon. These are New Gen Freedoms. And then over here, we're looking at 3-gallon. These are the New Gen Independents. Another look at the forsythia. Again, Spring Glory. A lot of these are coming out of our coolers, so I mean, again, now's the time to get your forsythia in. They're starting to bloom in the yards. Get them in, looking good on the lot. I'll show you these. These are a 3-gallon. These are Magnolia Susan. And Susan Magnolia is a very hardy, dark-colored magnolia. One of the girls here. If you've not tried that one, you should give it a whirl. Magnolia Susan. Hollies are looking good. They still have some of the fall berries on them, but you know, again, they're shaped up, looking good. 3-gallon Blue Points, and here we got some 3-gallon azaleas. Azaleas are tight. We'll see some more of those. They're coming up here. But again, that's a spring color plant. We want to get them in here. They're looking good. Nice 3-gallon crop though. And then you're starting to see here some of the spirea. They're leafing out. We got some great color on the foliage. Ready to go for your landscape. Look at the size on these 2-gallon Blue Star junipers. A peek at the Exberry azaleas. Again, nice crop here. Good size on the 3 gallons, loaded with buds. Still tight bud. Here's some more azaleas. These are 3-gallon Karen azaleas. And again, they're tight, but they're in our houses. I'm just going to come in here. See all the buds are tight. You're starting to see just a little nip of color on the ends there. It's that time of the year. Great color on these plants. 3-gallon Karen azaleas. Junipers to look at here. How can you pass these up? Here we're looking at 3-gallon gray owls. Look at the size of those plants. 3-gallon Procumbens nano. Again, a lot of boxwood coming up here. We're looking at New Gen. Those are independents. Coming down here, we're looking at 5-gallon. These are green velvets. Coming down here, look at the pull on that. Nice, consistent, gorgeous 3-gallon green velvets. Looking at PJM Elites. Look at that. Nice, heavy 3 gallons there. Starting to show some color. You know, we've seen these gorgeous 3-gallon low-scape mounds. They're starting to break growth. They're looking good. Again, several varieties of spirea starting to leaf out. And then here's a showstopper. Look at these 5-gallon PJMs. Gorgeous full plants, guys. Landscape great. A lot of these on the dock here in the last few weeks. 3-gallon Mr. Bowling Ball. Beautiful, consistent crop. Thuya Fire Chief. 3-gallon Nest Spruce. Nice heavy 3s. The 5-gallon Green Velvets. And here we're looking at our 3-gallon Cranberry Creek. Boxwood here, we're looking at Winter Gems and 3s. Look at that gorgeous, nice, consistent pull here. Beautiful 3-gallon Winter Gems. I showed you the The 1 gallon is over on the other side of the dock. Here we're looking at some 3 gallon. These are blue meringue, dark purple. You can see those buds are just starting to come out on the tips. Looking good. Look at the nice value. Heavy canes, full body plants. Some beautiful 3 gallon. These are Randall's Fine ones. Here we have some 3 gallon syringa miskin. You can see it's starting to leaf out. Got buds on the tips. Looking good. Another quick peek at those 3 gallon hydrangea petiolaris. Looking good. We're looking at some 7 gallon emerald greens getting ready to go on a truck. To give you a peek here, this is your German iris. You know, they've come up, they're looking good here. You know, that might be an option that you want to get in. Getting ready to check this one in here, but wow, look at these 2 gallon mop cypress. That's a value. See here, he's grabbing this pallet. These are 7 gallon hydrangea quick fires. On the truck. A few of the B&B, these are weeping redbuds or coveys here out on the dock. You know, the guys are out in the field with processing B&B orders, and they're looking good. But if you want anything as far as dug in the field, you know, temps are starting to warm up here. You need to get those orders in soon. Here's another peek at those 5 gallon PJMs. Wow, look at the size of that plant. They are loaded with buds, guys. Looking at some cards on Pieris too. The one with the lighter color, those are Katsura. And again, that one will have some gorgeous red new foliage as the blooms fade out, the new foliage comes on. And then here we have our newer one. This one is Passion. Loaded with buds. That's going to give you a nice, rich red flower. I wanted to point out here we have some American Beauties native plants. This is Lanicera Major Wheeler. Look at that nice full trellis. Be sure to get your orders in there. We can get you set up on a display and get you into some gorgeous native plants. That's a quick walk through the dock. You can see here the dock is filling up quickly. The guys are starting to get things ready to start loading carts and putting those on the truck. Be sure to get with the sales team. Geez, I hope we're loading the truck for you.